All right. There's 15 people here so far. Quite a crowd. All right. Hello, everybody. Calvin, hello. Calvin is here in person and online. That's just...
There is a delay.
What's up, everybody? Gonna wait a few minutes here to give everyone some time to like catch up and get in. Victoria, what's up? I love when I see clients in here because then they actually know that they care. All right. Let's get set up here a little bit. Check in. You guys have all been pre-chatting without me. Man, I didn't even know that was like an option. Teach you how to cook. Okay, will do. What's up, Alex? Alex, yes, that's what I said. Yay, okay, we got 42 people. So are you all... What's up, Bird? Are you guys all ready to like... Is anyone cooking along or just watching? You're gonna see legs today? Like, I guess. What's up, Ty? Ready to cook. Okay, so. Jenny, what's up? I think this is the first time I've seen you in here, Jenny. Thank you for joining. Okay.
51 people so far.
51. That's not nothing. Okay. I am doing good. Thank you. Ty already ate. Well, you are on another coast, so that makes sense. Jenny, excited to watch me make magic. I don't know if it's magic. It's more just like chicken, so probably not so magical. All right, so I'm going to get started, at least started talking about what I'm cooking. Shameless plug, I'm cooking something from my cookbook. I'm cooking chicken and squash today. That sounds like a super boring title, but it looks like this, or it is supposed to. So it is chicken breast, which I got mine from Trader Joe's. I've got some mixed little cherry tomatoes here. Fresh basil. And then there's garlic powder, Italian seasoning, anything vegan in your cookbook. I have like substitution options, but as far as the recipes go, no. Let's see. So the main ingredient here that I've not cooked with in a cooking class yet is this, which it looks kind of foreign, kind of ugly, kind of alien-like, and this is kabocha squash. It's not very commonly used, but it is delicious. So, how to cook with this weird-looking thing? It is also fall, so squash is in season. So cooking with all sorts of winter squashes is always kind of fun. Anything diabetic friendly in my cookbook? Pretty much everything, actually. It's mostly protein focused, vegetables, complex carbohydrates. So yes. Also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to just keep asking them. I'm going to try my best to keep up throughout the cooking class, but sometimes I'm not paying attention or I'm looking at what I'm doing. So if I miss your question, just keep asking them. Calvin, what is the difference between that and a butternut squash? just the texture or the flavor is a little bit different. Like a butternut is a little bit more watery on the inside, the shape obviously, but this is more kind of creamy, different flavor, not quite as sweet, but it's probably a little bit closer to a potato-ish consistency. So first things first, I need to cut this. What knife will I use? Go for it. I see I use a lot of salt. Any low sodium recipes in your cookbook? Actually, all of the recipes are low sodium. I don't use as much salt as it appears. You can adjust the seasoning to your liking, but generally my recipes are going to have less sodium than eating out or eating any sort of processed food. So yeah. Am I going to use Japanese sweet potatoes? Not today, unfortunately. I even looked for them at Trader Joe's because I ran out, but they didn't have any. They're so hard to find. Okay, so I'm going to cut this squash, hopefully successfully. They are very hard, so you're going to need a sharp knife. This is not one. I need to sharpen this knife. I just tried to hone it, which it just straightens the edge, doesn't sharpen it. One day I will get to that. So I'm going to try and cut it right down the middle. Nope. Okay. We're going to do this the hard way. You just got to earn your squash. All right, finally. So, after you cut that in half, I'm just going to clean out these seeds inside with a spoon, just like any other squash. Like that. All right, so now that all of these seeds, are cleaned out, I'm just going to throw these out. Then I'm going to cut this again. A little easier that time. So you got little smaller pieces. All right, so now that my squash is cut and cleaned, I'm going to use the microwave for time's sake. You can also roast this. It'll take about 40 minutes, though. Well, maybe 30 if you slice it small first. But I'm going to use my microwave trick. So I'm just going to place these in here if they fit. It doesn't matter too much how you put it in there, really, honestly. I don't have a lid, so I just use another one of these Pyrex pans. Place it on like so. And then spin it over here. Turn this light on. Nope. Okay. I'm going to put it in my microwave. So I'm gonna put this in here for about 15 minutes. All right, let's see. Questions so far. You missed the beginning. What's for dinner? Chicken and squash is the title because there's two types of squash in here. There's zucchini and winter squash. Let's see. If you cook it first in boiling water, it gets easier to remove the shell. This is true. Yes. But I'm just doing it the hard way. Okay. Does the texture change when you microwave versus roasting? Yes. I generally like to roast way more than microwave because the microwave, although it gets the job done, it makes the flesh soft and edible. Roasting caramelizes things and it just gives it a whole other level of flavor. So if you can use the oven, if you can plan ahead and you have 40 minutes to spare, use the oven. I highly recommend it. But for like cooking class sake, I'm using the microwave. So yeah, you don't like squash? That's unfortunate. My mom says hi, Calvin.
Hi.
You like mashed potatoes. If you like mashed potatoes, I feel like you would like this squash. So now I'm going to move on to how we're going to season the chicken. I'm just going to put it in this plate here. Oh yeah, also I have the oven preheated because I'm going to be searing the chicken on both sides and then finishing it in the oven because these are pretty thick breasts. I want to make sure that I cook them all the way through, so searing and then the oven. I think a lot of times people wonder why sometimes I sear chicken first and why sometimes I just roast it. Searing things gives it another layer of flavor. That's one thing that you kind of go to culinary school for and pay the big bucks so that you learn how to create layers of flavor as opposed to just taking this right now and then putting it in the oven. When you sear things, it creates a crust, which is it caramelizes things. I can't talk today. I have a lisp. So yeah, that's why I'm searing this chicken first, but I'm gonna season it. What are we seasoning it with? Well, salt, of course. I keep my salt in a little bowl like this because it's easier to grab. I had a question about this yesterday, why I don't use a shaker. I use just a bowl for salt. I measure with my hands, so I like to be able to feel how much I'm using. It's more efficient, and it just lets me physically know how much I'm using, and it's faster. The shaker, you know. Oh, that was a bad movement. But yeah, so that's why I use that. Calvin's drinking wine. Is anyone else drinking wine? Okay. So the recipe calls for Italian seasoning. I failed to buy Italian seasoning, so I just have everything that makes up Italian seasoning, which is like oregano, thyme, rosemary, and garlic powder. Does not make up Italian seasoning, but that is in this recipe. So I'm going to start with the salt. All right, so
We like the meme of the guy. Slow motion.
Slow motion salting. Someone once told me that in culinary school, they said that I seasoned very, I forget the name that she used, but it was very like gently or something like that, and I just was like, okay, that's weird. Okay, so salt, and then we've got the garlic powder. Put that on now. Then here's the thyme. I have amounts in my book, but basically, why won't you come out? But basically, just use enough to kind of cover a thin layer of the chicken. Here's the oregano. And a little bit of rosemary. Rosemary is very strong. I actually do not enjoy using dried rosemary as much because if you use too much, it kind of tastes like pine trees. So be careful. Now I'm just going to flip it over, get the other side. Salt, which is the most important ingredient. And then garlic powder. Thyme. A little bit of rosemary. Oregano. And that is all the seasonings. Oh, I still need some. What can you use instead of garlic salt? I'm using garlic powder. So there's no salt in this, just so everyone knows. I'm not like double salting my food. What can you use instead of garlic powder? Regular garlic, fresh garlic works. But you might want to add it a little bit later because if you sear it with fresh garlic, it will burn and it'll taste a little bit bitter. Let's see. I grow fresh thyme. That stuff is gold. That's awesome. Yes, fresh thyme is delicious. Okay.
Kosher salt versus regular salt.
Kosher salt versus regular salt. Kosher salt does not have iodine in it. I forget like the actual process difference of it, but it is flakier and it kind of coats more evenly to use. This is sea salt. They're basically the same, but this is fine grain, which I actually prefer, like the thicker, more granulated salt, the flakes that kosher salt is kind of known for. But you know, Costco, whatever they have. Okay, so I'm gonna start working on searing this chicken so I can get that in the oven. Or use Himalayan pink salt. Yes, that is also a good choice. Alright, switch it over to kind of looking at my pan. If you've never been to a cooking class or ever seen me cook before, I always cook with iron skillet pans just because they make everything taste better. They heat very evenly, and I just got distracted by whatever you're watching. And what else? Oh, they're healthier than like nonstick pans, but they are naturally like nonstick if they're seasoned properly. And I will be using avocado oil today. Why am I using avocado oil as opposed to olive oil? Avocado oil has a higher heat point, so or smoke point. So this will not burn until it hits about 500 degrees. When you use olive oil, extra virgin specifically, it burns at a lower heat, which actually is not. It turns it kind of like rancid, which is not good for you. Causes inflammation in the body. So that's why you want to choose an oil that is stable at high heat temperatures. Olive oil is much better for salads and that sort of thing. I'm fascinated by the phone. Let's see. Didn't know there was such a thing as avocado oil. Well, now you know. Learn something new every day. So my pan is already hot. It's starting to smoke, so I'm putting some oil in there.
Molly asked, do you have to clean those pans differently?
Yes, you do have to clean these pans differently. You don't want to use soap. That'll just it'll make it rust. It'll take all the flavor off of it. So it's okay to wipe it out or scrape it. You want to coat it again with oil. When you're done, they're a little bit more sensitive than the average pan. So my pan is hot enough, so I am going to put this breast in here. So the goal of this, I'm just searing it until it's brown on each side. Then I'm going to stick it down below here in the oven to finish it off. Chicken you want to cook until it hits 165 degrees internally. So here I have what is called a meat thermometer. And this is probably like one of the most important tools you can have in the kitchen, because it's going to prevent you from undercooking your meat, and it's going to prevent you from overcooking your meat. No one wants a dry chicken breast.
I like it.
Oh, no. That's why you had food poisoning or whatever the other week. So, you know, a lot of people tend to overcook their chicken breasts because they're afraid that it's under, or that, you know, they don't want to get salmonella. Then it's dry and it's kind of gross. And then they think that they don't like chicken breasts because they just overcook it. But if you have a thermometer, you can test the temperature of your chicken, and then you don't have to overcook it. You don't eat meat, but you like the smell. Well, I don't know who does this, honestly. Sizzle is favorite with you. Yes.
Can you use baking soda in the pan?
Yes, you can. Definitely can. You can use salt to scrub it. You can use baking soda. Then just rinse it out, fill it with some water, dry it off with a paper towel, and like re-wipe it with a paper towel. So while that is searing, I'm going to chop up my zucchini. So this is what a sear looks like. I'm going to flip that over. And I'm actually going to stick it right in the oven from here, because the bottom is going to continue to sear while it's in the oven. I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to put it in the oven for probably about 12 minutes. There's another pot in the oven that I didn't know about. This is not magic. This wasn't.
And now our meal is already done.
It's like those old school cooking classes where you're like, and it's done, everybody. Nope, it's not.
It's a hot pot.
It's just, where do I put this thing? It's the
biggest pot in the world.
Okay. So, back to the zucchini. Let's see. Any questions so far? I have a gas stove, which scares me at times. Okay. No reason to be afraid of gas stoves. I can understand how it scares you sometimes when you first start it and it does that like click, 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 and then explode. That's normal. Okay. Just watch your face. Don't put it near the stove. I'm going to chop these up. So, the secret to cutting anything is, I've gone over this before. You can't see what I'm doing, so here we go. You always want to create a flat surface for yourself. You don't want to cut yourself. You don't want to slip. No one likes to lose fingers. So, as you can see, I cut off the ends. It's flat here. So now I'm going to cut it down like that. Now that's another flat spot. I just cut it diagonally, like so. You always want to keep your fingers back. You don't want them, you don't want to cut your hand. Or you don't want to hold anything like this because you can cut your thumb. There's so many ways you can cut yourself. So just keep your fingers back, like so, enough so like, basically the knife can always be touching your finger, but you won't be cutting yourself. What temp is the oven? It depends on your oven. Mine runs a little bit low, so I have mine set at 400 degrees, but normally about 375. Do I recommend iron skillets over all others? I do, actually. Any skillet really works, but the one that I least recommend is a nonstick pan, just because Teflon, it can get in your system, and I sound like a hippie, but it can give you cancer. So anytime that you bring your Teflon pans over a certain degree, that's actually cooking into your food, going into your body, and it's just not good for you. So iron skillets, you don't have that risk, and it makes your food taste better, so why not? I'm just reading everyone's comments now. Like, I'm awkward and I don't know how to like really respond to comments sometimes. I can do questions, but comments, I'm just like, oh, okay.
People are enjoying the gun show.
Oh. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna teach you how to cook, not cut. Teach you how to cut the basil. So this is kind of like the process of cooking. You kind of do things while other things are cooking. This is how you get more efficient at it. It is how you do things faster. So it's always good to create like a timeline in your head. Think of what is going to take the longest. What can I do while something else is cooking? You want to always be doing something so that things move along quicker. So I've got my chicken cooking, the squash, which is actually done, but it's in the microwave. So while that is going on, I'm prepping my zucchini. And now I'm going to be chopping up the basil that I'm going to be using for the zucchini. I'm going to cut this into a chiffonade, which sounds fancier than it is. It's basically just like small strips. I'll show you how I do that.
I have a question.
Yes.
So with those Teflon pans, how high of the temperature does it start to cook into your food?
You know, I'm not sure. probably could Google that, but I'm not honestly sure on the exact temperature on the Teflon. I think anytime that you like start seeing smoke in your pan,
It's too hot.
yeah. But that's what I love about iron skillets is you can like smoke them as much as you want, get them as high as you want, and you're fine. Okay, so in order to cut into the chiffonade, I've just gathered some basil leaves and I've stacked them on top of one another, like so. And then what I'm going to do is curl them up. And cut the stems off. And then you just do little thin ribbons. So yeah, see these little thin strips? That is called a chiffonade. You can do them thinner if you want. You can do them super thin, but then they just kind of like get bruised and look uglier. So preference. Wow, this is melting. Okay. Don't get your packages too close to the stove because this is what happens. All right, questions? Anyone? While we wait for the chicken. About to make some scrambled eggs. How do you usually season them? Salt and pepper, usually. That's about it. How do you stop basil from turning black or bruising? Sometimes that happens when I cut basil. If your basil is bruising when you're cutting it, it means that your knife isn't sharp enough. So what you want to do is probably sharpen your knife. There's not really a way to prevent it from turning black. You can put it in your crisper or keep it in like a cool, dark place. Sometimes the fridge will cause it to turn black if it's too cold. Let's see. So maybe I cut too small. Let's see. Oh, I'll check on the squash while I'm at it to make sure it's done. All right, squash. It's hot. So, how to test if your squash is done? Get a fork, and then just kind of, as you can see, it's very tender and I hate that word, tender. It's forkable, so it's done. Perfect, yay. It's going to be mashed, so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. It might need to cool off a little bit. I need a bigger kitchen or counter space. Okay.
I need a t-shirt that says it's workable.
Yes. How do you... Oh, I almost read the same question already. Okay. Any of my recipes good for meal prep? Yes. Pretty much all of them are good for meal prep. I think, yeah, all of them. Forkable. I'm going to use that from now on. It's funny. I think Jenny actually used that in like the last vlog that I made. It just kind of out. I like it. Yes. All right. So I'm going to scoop out the squash into this bowl, or as much as I can get into this bowl. It is going to be hot, so be careful at first. Alright, so it scoops out pretty easily once it's done. You don't need the skins. So once you've scooped out the middle, go ahead and discard this. You can eat the skin if you really want to, but unless you want to be like farting like crazy, I don't recommend it. You missed my big kitchen at my other house. That's actually my mom's kitchen. So Cindy Harmon, that lady that's in here, that's her kitchen. Do a smash or pass vid about veggies you like or dislike.
Zucchini.
I don't like any veggies. No, I like mostly all veggies, so that would be pretty boring, I think. I'd be like, I just like it all. I didn't used to like fennel, but I actually do like that now. It has to be roasted, though. I'm not as much of a fan of it raw. My son laughed uncontrollably when you said farting uncontrollably. It's a fact of life. That is definitely an.
I did too. I'm not.
I don't know if anyone's ever made the mistake of like eating the skin of a sweet potato before, but it is not pleasant later. Fiber's great until it's not. So now I've got this mound of squash. I'll probably use about half of it.
I don't think I've ever had fennel.
All right. So some things that you can do with the squash. You can season it with butter or coconut oil, or you could just use salt and pepper. It all depends on your macros and what fits in there. Or if you don't care, then I highly recommend butter. I highly recommend coconut oil. Those taste delicious. Who doesn't like fat? I don't know. I'll probably use a little bit of coconut oil just to give it a little bit extra flavor. I did not set a timer on this chicken.
Okay.
So, salt. And then while it's hot, make sure to put in any sort of butter or coconut oil. This is from Costco. No one really needs this much. I just use like a teaspoon. Little goes a long way. This is burning. I need a bigger kitchen. We use this on the porn set. Good stuff. Oh, the coconut oil. Who says this isn't a porn set? Okay. The night is young. Okay. So, got coconut. I'm just mashing this now. I'm trying not to think about porn. Oh, shit. Calvin's drinking. Okay, so mashing up the squash so that it will be ready to serve. Again, this is part of creating a timeline when you're cooking so that everything comes out basically at the same time and is ready to go. And it won't take you like a million days, hours, minutes. So, another thing that is really important is that you taste your food as you go. You don't want to just like blindly season things and then serve them to people. So I put some salt in here already, but I need to taste it to make sure it doesn't need more or that it could be worse. I don't think it needs less, which is not a good situation.
Kind of looks like Play-Doh.
It kind of feels like Play-Doh. So we're good. And the salt, don't need any more. I'm going to let Calvin taste just the squash because he's never tried it before. So, taste test. Oh, someone asked a super important question. Where's the dog? I will show you after this taste test.
Hey, Carly.
Oh, yeah, she's right here. Calvin's going to taste this. This is squash. First time.
It is very potato-y.
Yeah, more so than a butternut, right?
It was good.
Or acorn. Yeah.
I've never had butternut squash either. So.
Oh, so like compared to acorn, how would you say it differs?
Oh yeah, it's much thicker.
Yeah, I like the texture better. It's not as stringy and watery, so that's why I like the butternut squash. Yeah. So puppies, I will show you them. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Okay, here's Leif.
Jump. Jump.
Here's Juno. Where's Carly? Oh, there's Carly. Yep, hi. So here. Just getting in my way, basically. Alright. Coconut oil is the best. I agree, it's quite tasty. Oh, so you're not very good at tasting things because you like them seasoned or not. That could be a problem. Maybe what you could kind of learn to taste to season, like what other people might like. Having a glass of rosé. Cheers, Calvin. No wine for you tonight, Cody. It's over there. I've got some. Let's see. It's all the way over here. But should we cheers to everyone drinking wine? They help clean that floor. Yes, they do. I'm gonna check on this chicken since I forgot to set a timer. Don't do that. I no longer need a cutting board. Just making a mess over here. For anyone wondering, I do. So yes, if you guys want to help me out, this is my book. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it as dirty as I've gotten this one. It's called Shit You'll Actually Cook. Really easy recipes. It's not very thick. That's what she said. Because you don't need like a million recipes. I feel like most cookbooks are super overwhelming. So I made it small for a reason. That is also sexual in nature. Yeah. So let's move on to the chicken. Can you get it on Amazon? Yes, you can get it on Amazon. You can just search on Amazon Cody Harmon Cookbook, and it should come up. My last name, though, is spelled Harman. If you search ON, something weird comes up, I think.
It's an erotic book.
Yeah, my life. So, I want to show you how I temp my chicken, and I'll see where we're at.
Although I feel you should write an erotic novel just based on cooking.
Maybe I would. All right, so I just pulled this out of the oven. And I have my meat thermometer here. And the way that you want to check the temperature is sticking the thermometer in the thickest part of the chicken breast. So through the side towards the top right here is the thickest spot. Just need to see where I'm at. Chicken is done at 165, but if you want to really make sure that you don't overcook it, you can pull it off the heat at 160 because it's going to keep cooking up about 5 degrees if you let it rest for like 15 minutes. So this currently is at 160 degrees. So this is going to be done here. Just in case, I'm going to test this one as well. Stop moving. Okay. All right, so my chicken is done. I'm going to put it over here and then start on the squash. Just put it over by this Pyrex pan. What are you doing?
Forgot to do my body weight squats.
Okay. So, I'm just going to rinse out this pan real fast. If you want to know how I clean out my iron skillets, this is how I do it. I will show you after I turn the oven on. All right, so I just get the hot pan, and I run it under water first. It wasn't hot enough, so it's not going to do that. Then I'll just wipe it out with a paper towel. Put this back on here. If there's any like really stubborn stuff, you can scrape it with like a spatula. But I'm going to continue cooking and I'm not done yet, so far this is what it looks like. Then I'm going to heat the pan again. I'm going to be cooking the zucchini, cherry tomatoes, and this basil right here. So once again, I'm using avocado oil for this. All right, so my pan is now hot enough. So I'm gonna add in my zucchini first, because this is gonna take the longest to cook out of the tomatoes and all that stuff. Whoops, I lost a few. Don't do that. All right, so that's gonna be cooking for a bit. Before I put any seasonings on them, I want them to get a little bit brown, because if I salt these right now, it's going to draw all the water out of the zucchini, and then it's just going to be sitting in its own juices and get a little bit soggy. So that's not what I want to do. Calvin's answering all the questions for me. Good job, Calvin. Are there any questions currently while these zucchini are cooking and I'm looking at the screen? No one has any questions. Sad day. Either that or I'm missing. I don't really know. You're watching me from Mexico. That's awesome. Thank you for watching.
Hola.
Yes, hola. I think I have a fire underneath here. A little bit. What kind of wine are you drinking tonight? Courtesy of Trader Joe's, this is a Pinot Noir. It's very cheap. Not very sophisticated. Screw top. So that says a lot right there. But, you know, it's okay. It's not my favorite. Added your book to my list, but pricey. I'll get there, man. I'll try to support you as best I can. It's only $13. So thank you. Can I show you all my tattoos? The book is $13.99. Do you have to coat a cast iron skillet with oil or grease before storing it? At least a little bit, yes. You want to make sure that it's not like dry, or else it will tend to rust a little bit. So I'm going to show you what the swatch looks like right now. There's a little bit of brown on there. So I'm going to do a few things, and that is I'm going to add these tomatoes. So tomatoes are added. Now I'm going to use salt, pepper,
Belong21 said wine has hints of clearance items, maybe notes of affordability.
Has what?
Has notes of clearance item and fruit notes affordability.
Yes, and it tastes so good. I'm also going to put some garlic powder in here. If I can find it. If you have fresh garlic, I suggest you use it now. It's going to give you a better flavor than just powder. But
Jose would like to see your tattoos.
oh, tattoos. 1 second, Jose. Alright. So this is cooking up right now. See that? Whoa. Gino, shush. Okay. Do I have a window in there for cooking fumes? No, but I do have a fan that I'm not turning on because it's loud. Okay. Fried tomatoes and zucchini, your favorite. Yeah, it's definitely a good combo. The dogs are causing a ruckus. Oh, yeah, tattoos. Okay, so let's see. I'll start with which ones I got first. So I got this one first. This was my very first tattoo. It is an equality sign with chef knives, which you would never know that. I probably will get it covered up at some point because, you know, it just no longer fits me. This one I got with an ex-girlfriend. Let's see. This one, I forget, is here all the time because it's on the outside of my arm. It's like the only outside arm tattoo I have besides this. This is a pig. Doesn't have any meaning. It's just the cuts of a pig because I like to cook and I like to burn shit. Calm down. Okay. Sorry, distracted.
May wants to know if there's any tattoos under your shirt.
No, there's not. All my tattoos are on the inside. Is that joke? Okay. So there's this tattoo, which says mise en place, which mise en place is something that I did today, where you get all of your ingredients together. It literally means to put in place. So you have all your stuff together. It's like step one in every recipe. You want to get everything you're going to cook in place so you got it ready to go. So it kind of meant something to me like, you know, when it comes to life, get your shit together, that sort of thing. This is a tattoo. It is a music lyric. It says, it's better to feel pain than nothing at all. The opposite of love is indifference. This is a Mario tattoo that I just got actually like last week. This used to be a tattoo, but now it is mostly gone. But it was headphones and a cord, and it said love. What else? Oh yeah, this says the trend is favorable, and then it's my doctor surgeon's signature. These were his words. Very random, long story.
Forgery?
Could be. I forged my doctor's signature onto my body.
Can't approve.
What lean meats are out there other than chicken breast and flank steak? Turkey, turkey breast, ground turkey, fish, cod, shrimp, egg whites. Those are leaner. I think that we all wait. I think that we all think you should take your shirt off, Cal. Shirt off, Cal. What the sexy music? What?
They don't want my shirt off. They want your shirt off.
No, they said Cal.
No, they want me to cue the sexy music.
No, they said.
No, they.
Okay.
How
No.
sexy.
You can be like that one guy that cooks shirtless. Who's that one guy?
I don't know, but I feel like that's a lot of like oil burns ready to happen.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, pork tenderloin is also a very lean choice of meats. Pork can be both lean and fatty depending on which cut you get. Like the belly, that's the fattiest part. Yes, this is the ham, shoulder. The most lean part is like the loin, which is not really pictured here.
See, I already got shut down. No, your shirt off, Cody. Wow, thank you.
They want to see your shirt off too. Yeah. Can you make something with tobacco? No.
Cancer.
I can make cancer. How old are you? I'm ancient and I'm sweating. I don't think tobacco is very healthy, my dude. Yes, exactly.
Old enough to be legal, young enough to not be retired.
All right, so all my fancy plates are done. We got one good one. Whatever. So it's time to plate up the food. Normally, I like to use white plates because it kind of just brings out the color in your food. All of my good ones are dirty. Way to plan ahead, right? Okay, so we've got kind of an off-white and a white. So how am I going to start this? Okay, so first things, oh, wait, rewind. Okay, so these are done, but I'm going to add in this basil kind of last. You want it to
Looks great.
Heat up just enough to like be able to smell it a little bit. You don't want to like cook the basil to death, so add that in last. Now I'm gonna plate everything up. Okay, so now that we have a debate about tobacco going on, we will plate up the food. So we're gonna start with the squash first. Spoon would be more helpful. Whoa. Okay. Dogs too.
Running over the grocery bags.
All right, now for the chicken.
Jose wants to know if you would consider a cat.
A cat.
Cat.
To
eat.
I've never had a cat before, honestly. All right, so now I'm gonna slice up the chicken for these. Piece of chicken. That's probably a salty piece. And then, all right.
That's a good piece of chicken. Can you tickle yourself?
No. What are these questions? All right. So, this is dinner. The finished product. Calvin, would you like to taste test?
I'm always down to taste test.
So, we have Calvin here. He can hopefully unbiasedly taste test anything. I'm just gonna eat this one.
That's really good.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Calvin approved.
It's good tasting Play-Doh.
It's very good tasting Play-Doh. All right. So that wraps up this cooking segment. I act all like it's an actual TV show, but it's not. So yeah. Any last questions about the food? I'll take the next couple minutes to answer as much as I can.
What brand cast iron skillet?
Lodge. You can find it at Target. You can find it on Amazon. Very good brand. Everyone buy Cody's book. Yes, please. Thank you. I think Cody is 29/34. Cindy, am I close? You are close. I'm in there somewhere. Hi, Cody. Love your channel. Thanks, Matt. What kind of chicken do you buy? Brand. I bought this from Trader Joe's. It was Trader Joe's organic, like free range one. Want to come cook for me? Sure.
You should have, instead of a food truck, a food boosted board.
That would be hard.
Like a bag of pre-made meals and you just deliver it.
Going on a book signing tour. No, I don't think I have the money for that. That would be fun though.
If you join his Patreon, you can send him the book and he'll sign it and give it back.
There you go. When is the next live cooking? So I do these every 2 weeks. So let me find the next live date. Let's see. So today is the 6th. Next week. So the 20th. October 20th will be, no, that's here. October 21st. October 21st will be the next.
You do a Halloween party cooking show.
Yeah, maybe we should do like a Halloween theme next time. But yeah, 21st. How's the food, Cal? You look like you're enjoying it.
I skipped lunch, so this is really good.
You already bought the book and you want it signed. I wish I had a way to like actually I guess I didn't think like, oh, people want my signature. But if they want it, I don't really have like a way to do that. Did we have the same surgery or what is on his arm? We had the same surgery. Let's see. How old? Oh, I'm 31. Can I see your hat, dude? I'm 63. Cool. We're like almost opposite numbers. Thanks for coming, Mom. We are only 9 years apart. That's, well, could be a lot. We're both just too damn cute. That's nice.
What's up?
Sev Deadly Sin says you both are just too damn cute.
I am straight.
Why, thank you. Cheers, guys. Enjoy your meal. Thank you. I should eat my food. Yes, don't worry. I will definitely be eating my food. It is currently 7:11 p.m. here.
Slurpee time.
It's Slurpee time. When am I posting my vids with Cal? We just recorded one today, actually. That's why he's here. And I'm probably gonna post it Monday. So look out for episode 2 of his fitness journey. For anyone who's following along, he's training with me for the next 12 weeks.
It's going great.
10 p.m. there. Wow, it's late. All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. But thank you everyone for joining in today. I appreciate it. If you have any suggestions about what I should cook next time, feel free to suggest that. And then October 21st will be the next one. So keep your eye out for that. I'm kind of debating starting to do these weekly or not. So sometimes, I don't know. I might start doing them weekly because bi-weekly, sometimes I'm just like, I could probably do it weekly. So it could be before October 21st. It could be next week, which is the 13th, I think. Yeah. So actually October 13th could be another possible date. We'll see. I'll keep you updated on YouTube and all that stuff, but it's a possibility to do this every week. Everyone's so nice. I love it. Thank you, everyone who is very nice.
Thanks, Kodu.
What? Yes. Thank you, everyone. Damn it. Cody, exclamation points. Damn that autocorrect. Sweet. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I keep saying that, but I really do appreciate it. It makes me feel happy that people actually took the time to join in and watch. And I'll be doing this again very soon. Keep your eyes peeled.
You should do a breakfast one.
Oh, maybe I will do a breakfast one.
When I'm here.
When he's here. All right. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I will see you next live stream.